What does your Thai girlfriend want? Today, all right. So, what do Thai women want from their full-on boyfriends? That's uh, that's a relevant one for a lot of you guys thinking of coming here, or if you're here and you're starting to date and having some success, maybe all that good stuff. You should be. Um, let's go through that a little bit. The first thing to really keep in mind when you're dating a Thai lady is appearances are much, much more important here in Thailand than they are in America. My knowledge of some of my friends from Australia and England, cultures are very similar in that regard to American values. So I'll just kind of say American, but I think it applies to Canadian, everybody from the West. And here, appearances are super important. So to your Thai lady, she really wants you to make her. She wants you to make her look good. Um, your mere presence accomplishes a good bit of that, but you can enhance that a lot at no expense to yourself by, again, so physically cleaning yourself up a little bit, showing that you're respecting her, respecting the culture. So no full-on uniform on a date. Just don't do that. It you just you're really limiting your options when you do that. I mean, they just wince. The Thai people, particularly the women that are available to you, look at you and go, "Oh God, do I have to deal with somebody like that?" You know, you really don't want that kind of relationship, right? So cleaning yourself up a little bit, and they want to be more comfortable, and that the number one thing there is obviously financially, and again, that's really the same thing as your Western, lady you're dating, your American woman or whatever. The first thing they ask is, what kind of job does this guy have? How much money does he make? That's the first thing they ask. So, uh, shame on everyone who picks on the Thai women that they're shallow or whatever. It's just the same here. It's just more overt and obvious, and quite frankly, I find it refreshing. It's more upfront and honest, really. So they want to be comfortable. So when you're on a date, don't talk about exactly what you have, how much you have, and for God's sakes, where you have it or how you bring it here. Don't talk about anything like that, ever. Ever. There's no need to ever talk about that. 5 years into the relationship, they shouldn't know all that. Um, it's hard to take it if they don't know where it is. Um, You've probably already lost half before you got here, like me and like everybody else. So you really don't want to lose another half. Or here you won't lose half; you'll lose 80%, at least half, but it can be a lot more. So financially making them more comfortable. So going out to big restaurants isn't a Thai culture. That's our culture. They appreciate it, and it's nice. It's more appreciated if you take some of her friends with her and you allow her to bring some of her friends, lady friends. Be very wary of guy friends that are always in the background, because one of them could be the real boyfriend. That's a red flag. My girlfriend has a guy friend she's very close with, and I have looked him up, down, inside, and out. We have a very good understanding. He helps my wife at work, and I bring him small gifts and medium-sized gifts all the time. That video a couple videos ago, bringing a bottle of liquor, it was like $12 US. That was a huge gift here. That's a lot of money here. And they made a big deal out of that. Him and all his friends, all their friends at work, all made a big deal out of that. And Fawn, and I shared the glory with Fawn. I handed it over myself, but with Fawn at my side, my girlfriend. So that's my American nickname for her. All of these people have American nicknames, and I gave her nickname. Baby deer. She's kind of cute, like a baby deer. Anyway, so that it's more meaningful. Going out to dinner is great, and you're going to do some of that, and you'll have a great time. They should be pouring your beer for you, putting your ice in your glass for you. You should be talking to them with whatever your language skills are. And if they're non-existent, you're pointing and going through a translating app and smiling and holding your hand a lot. And then that's all great. And then she'll order for you. You can say what you like, and that's fine. Like is chop, not chop. Chop. Oh, chop. And the more you like something, this is rare in Thai language since it's tonal. They don't modify tone a lot, but in this word they do. And it can be, if you really like it, you go chop. So, you can point to a picture and say chop, or caw, like a crow, caw, caw. Caw is, I would like please. Caw is asking for something politely. Chop is, I like this. So you could even say chop, caw. You can put them together. That's fine. It's a little free language there. So you go to dinner and that's all great, and you can bumble through all that and if you're smiling and laughing and you're humble and you're not loud and you're not obnoxious, you're not making big hand gestures because they don't like that big showy stuff that American women sometimes find charming, Thai women find embarrassing. It calls attention to themselves, and they don't like attention. They literally, I've seen them sometimes like this at a restaurant. They're very shy people. I have to just emphasize that point. So what they also will like is if you for a date, if you bring a bunch of her friends, then that's cool. And they'll want to chat amongst themselves, which is a kui. They'll want to kui amongst themselves. And that's okay. You're allowed to be on your phone, texting your buddies. Hey man, I'm at dinner with 5 beautiful Thai ladies. One of them is my girl, and ha 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 and all that. And that's all cool. They don't mind. But they should be directing some kind of attention and stuff to you. They shouldn't be ignoring you. If they're just ignoring you and you're paying the bill, then that's a red flag. You got yourself a scammer. But some amount of being ignored or just not included in the conversation. Ignored is a strong word, but some amount of being not in the conversation, you have to be comfortable with that. If you're going to date a Thai girl and you're going to live in Thailand, which is, last I checked, full of Thai people, that's how they are. You're gonna need to get over that and be strong in yourself and not make a thing of it. You need to be emotionally secure. This place can chew you up and spit you out. I'm having a great time here, but I did my prep work. And I've learned all my lessons, and some in a very painful and expensive way. And I'm giving everything here for free. But it does take some mental fortitude to do this. It is an entirely foreign culture. So dating your girl. So, restaurant's great, and that's fine once in a while. But if you do it a lot, it's a drain on her because she really wants to be with her friends. They're very social people. And so what also we'll go over big is they have almost all, maybe all, I think all, as far as I know, restaurants do take home. Even the barbecue restaurants, that moo gata, I've done a couple of videos on the moo gata, which is huge here, and I think it's really delicious and healthy. It's just vegetables and usually pork, and it's just really delicious. You can even take that home, and if you don't even have a barbecue or charcoal or whatever, they'll even deliver to you on a scooter, which is hilarious, only in Thailand. They'll deliver to you on a scooter 1 or 2 things of charcoal with the ceramic bucket that the charcoal goes in, and the little stainless steel thing on top they cook in, and she'll do all the cooking for you. You don't do anything. You just sit, relax, let her fill your beer up for you, and have a nice evening. You just relax, talk to her good. And that probably goes over better because you can do that at her parents' house, at her friend's house, and you can feed several people. And these people are hungry. I mean, Thai people can eat an amazing amount of food, and even a fairly small, thin Thai lady can. I mean, they can go toe to toe with me on a buffet any day. They can eat. They can really eat, and they like to eat, and they love Thai food. They really love Thai food, and that goes over bigger than a restaurant, or unless you're taking them all somewhere really cool. Now, they're big on selfies, and social media is big. So when you're dating, there are all these restaurants. I've done a couple, and I'm going to do more. They have these beautiful colored lights, and you'll see all these staged areas that are very photogenic, very pretty. They're there for selfies, and selfies are a big part of life here. You got to get over that too. It's just the way it is. Your girl's going to want to take all kinds of selfies. Now, if she's taking all selfies with herself and her friends and doesn't really want any with you, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. You're just a phalang grabao, a phalang wallet. And that's a dirty term. It is a very derogatory and insulting term. If someone were to use that term with me, I would be immediately angry. Unless it's just laughable, but if that was a serious situation, I'd be very upset very quickly. I don't like that term at all. So let them do all those selfie things. They want to take turns with their friends, and I mean, and for example, I mean, I've been invited to 2 weddings. I've been here 7 months. I've been invited to 2 weddings. Stood up and won. And I asked my girlfriend about this, and it was basically the answer was yes. That the question was, is it because I'm a Falang and I'm, here I'm considered good looking, which is I enjoy, and she dresses me really nice. I go with her advice on attire everywhere we go, and some of it I feel a little silly, to be honest, but I always look good in the picture standing with a bunch of Thai people. I get how I'm kind of blending in and going with their style, and that's fine. And so, center of attention, and you should be a little bit of that center of attention. When you pay the bill, you'll notice they just leave. In American culture, it's rude to leave the table before someone's paid, and then you stay as long as the person who's paid stays. That isn't a cultural thing here, so don't feel snubbed if when they all just take off. Particularly, they're going to be a little scared when the bill comes, anyways, and they're looking to you. You're the guy with the job or the pension. Even a small pension from America by standards, the Social Security minimum or whatever, makes you kind of rich here. You're pretty rich here. Particularly if you've got even a couple of bucks saved on your own or something, or maybe another pension from your job, or you've saved a little bit along the way. You got a 401k that's maybe somewhere at least in the low six figures or something. You combine that and you're wealthy here. And so everybody knows that. Let's not pretend you're not. So you're going to be paying the bill at the restaurant. Other things that will make your Thai lady happy on a date. So longer term, they're looking for financial, comfort, physical comfort. Most Thai houses don't have air conditioning. I'll do a thing on this, but I put in a really nice LG air conditioner. Super efficient, really a top of the line unit, and it was like $1,200 installed. And then most houses don't have hot water, so your showers are cold all the time, which is okay, but cold season's coming now. It's late August, and it's already cooling off. And it's nice. I'm taking hot showers, and I've been taking hot showers for a couple of months. I'll take them all the way in through March, and then March and April are hot. And you can do a hot shower. I want to say that was $200 or something, and that's installed. And they're really nice. They got these German units here, which are really good. You pick the same one that's in a hotel. They're commercial units. You pay the extra $20 or $30, and you get the better hardware. And you can install hot water, air conditioning in your girlfriend's place, and man, you are the hero. Now they're going to ask for help to pay the electric bill, because the electric bill of $60 a month is probably, they can't afford that, but you can help them out with that if you want, and if they're making you happy, you keep doing that. So comforts and like that, buying them clothes. On a date, don't touch a Thai girl's hair. Don't touch the top of her head. Generally, don't touch her at all, except under the table. She should be touching you. She should want to be touching you under the table. Even a relatively shy and traditional Thai girl like what I have, and she's very traditional, and she's a little bit older. She's 36. It's laughable, but it's a little bit older here. And I love this place. And she should be wanting to touch your hand, make little jokes with you after the first couple of dates, within the first couple of dates, quickly making little intimate type jokes and touching you and such when other people aren't looking and stuff like that. And you should be getting all of that. If you're not, that's a red flag. In America, you get that, you're super lucky. Here, you don't get that, that's a red flag. And therein, fellows, is the difference between dating in Thailand and dating in America. Other than you get to move the cost decimal over one place, which is really convenient. So those are some things there. So public display of affection, PDA, no go on that, guys. No go at all. That's really embarrasses the girl. It's frowned upon. If her children or parents see that, it's deeply embarrassing to them, and it's a serious thing. It's not a ha ha ha, we're joking. It's not funny to them. It's very serious. They've done wrong in their culture. A girl that doesn't feel that way, that isn't shy in public and wants you all over her all the time in public, that's 100% a bar girl, some kind of prostitute. And again, and if that's okay with you, and you're doing a strict pay for play, totally upfront, and you're just gonna, you know, long as she's, do the merciless Ming thing from the book, what was that, the Flash Gordon movie, and until she displeases you and blasts her out into space and change your girl every 2-3 years or 3 months or whatever, that's up to you. Then that's fine. But if you're looking for something more longer term, and to me, I'm looking for, and I'm an idiot, I'm looking for true love, but. Um, then this is a different thing. Sorry. So, if your girl you're dating, starts to get serious. If she doesn't have a job, taking care of you will be her job, and you'll see that. You'll see an entirely incredible level of care. Sometimes my toothpaste is put on my toothbrush for me. All my food is prepared for me. My beer is filled for me. I don't get my own ice. I make my own coffee because I like making my own coffee. I clip my own toe and fingernails because I just like to get it just right for myself, but she's apologized several times that she isn't doing it. Maybe I got to let her do that. I'm probably wrong about that. Maybe I'll switch and let her do it. But they should be trimming your, they'll want to trim your hair, do touch up, take you to the hair salon, get your hair done. She colors my hair for me because I've got a little bit of gray. I'm almost 60, but I got a tiny bit of gray, but she doesn't like it. And that's another thing. They really do want you to look good. Otherwise, you're embarrassing. Otherwise, you're embarrassing them. If you don't look good, it's embarrassing to them. And so they're gonna. If you're out of shape and we're all older, I get it. And that's if you can't do it, you can't do it. I am disabled, by the way, and I fumble through the best I can, and I'm on a much limited and restricted schedule of what I'm allowed to do or not. And I rarely show my cane. I'll do a special video on dating for disabled people, and I don't like the term, but it is what it is. I'm just using it. So no offense meant to anyone. I'm one of us, but is what it is. But I'll show me and my cane and all that. I made a really cool cane. But I rarely, her friends have never seen me with it. She would be embarrassed. She didn't say it, but it was very, very obvious that she would be embarrassed by that. And infirmity is looked down upon here, in my opinion, in my observation. Don't shoot the messenger. Again, I've got all my own problems, and that's just what I've seen. So I project strength and youth and vigorousness, and make all the jokes with the guys at her work about, us Western guys are known to be large, if you get the idea. And we just were joking about that the other day because I bought some new shoes, and I wore a size 43 here, which is like a European size of some kind. I wear an 11.5 American, and it's a size 43 here typically. So, they say you can't buy shoes here. Our feet are too big, and 11.5 is pretty big. They go up to about a 12 US here, and then beyond that, you're going to have a hard time. But that's not hard. What else is your Thai girl looking for? If she has a job like mine, then you come to the work. You bring a coffee for her and her boss. When I come to my girlfriend's work, I'm looking good. And her boss is a woman, and she's not flirted with me, nothing inappropriate, but she has given me some very serious public compliments, which actually caused my girlfriend some grief at work because the people are so jealous of her that she's got a full-on boyfriend that looks good and treats her well. I get the door for her. When she needs money, and I'm talking small amounts of money, guys, that anybody can afford. I give her a little bit of money publicly. Everyone can see she's getting money, so she sees she's being respected, because your girl will be talking you good. If you're a B+ boyfriend, she's going to be talking you A++ to everyone. That's just the way it is, okay? I'm guaranteeing you that. And so you will want to kind of live up to your own reputation. So I give her money publicly, again, small amounts, but she loves it. Oh, dang, something really got me. The insects here are rather large, by the way. So you want to live up to your reputation. I let her carry the packages. She does all the laundry, housekeeping, everything. Today's Sunday. I'm dressed like a bum here. I just got my casual stuff on. I'm just sitting on my front porch reading a book today, going to sip a beer and take a nap. So I'm dressed like a bum, so I'm not taking my own advice. But I'm staying at the house. If I'm going with her today, later I'm going to the market with her, I'm going to look good. I'm going to change clothes, shower again. That'll be my third shower already today, and there'll be one before bed. So today will be a 4-shower day, and probably she's going to touch up my haircut. And I haven't shaved yet. I'm going to wait to shave until we go out for the night. Just being a slob right now. So that's that. Eventually, she'll want gold bot. 3 gold bots, kind of the minimum respectable number to give. You can do 5 if you're a little bit wealthier guy, or your girlfriend is smoking hot and you really are worried about someone stealing her, and you want to kind of send a message that, hey, this girl's got somebody with some real money behind her. That will scare off Thai men, other men. It will. So you give her the a bracelet. I gave a 1 gold bot bracelet, which is probably a 1/4 inch in diameter, and the gold here is like 93% pure or something. It's all different. It's just they want Thai gold. They don't want any. Don't bring any gold from home. They want Thai gold only. But I gave her that, and now if she was a little more aggressive financially with me, and she's just not. But if she was, and even if she was younger and a little more worried, I would have insisted on a 2 or even a 3 gold bot bracelet, which would be 2,000 or 3,000 US. But you see a 3 gold bot bracelet on a young lady, and all the guys are going to be like, oh, geez, I'm not worth flirting with her. She's, it's just, it's just up to you how you want to play it. But that's a good tip in my opinion. So I'm just looking at my list here a little bit. So they should want to be with you all the time. One, they want to kind of make sure other girls aren't going to steal you. My girlfriend's with me all the time. I like it. I like all the attention. I like all the care. And I major back problems and other issues. So a lot of pain. I'm in 24-hour pain. And I can use the help, quite honestly. So I don't mind at all. If you want your independence more, you have to work that out with her, but they will accept whatever you say. They will just go along with you. You might hurt their feelings. You have to think about that, but they will go along with whatever you say. If they don't want to be with you all the time, they're not attaching to you super quick. If they're not, then it's a business, and that'll be in my list of the 13 deadly signs your wife or girlfriend's a scammer. That's going to be one of them, is they don't attach quickly, because that is one of the bigger red flags, honestly. And then, but again, being the gentleman, just publicly giving little bits of money, getting the door, taking them to nice places. Oh, and most Thais haven't seen their own country. They have no eye. They hear of all these places. They know of all the places. They have a list in their mind, or maybe even a list on their computer of where they want to go. They've had no ability to go there. So I've been taking my girlfriend and her mom to all these places that her mom has wanted to go her whole life. She's like 6 years older than me, but thank God she's older than me. I'm just so happy she's older than me. God, I love it here. Anyways, she loves it, and she loves me because I've taken them by Tio on tour to places. In fact, we got a big travel coming up, 3 days, renting a 10-person van, and I'm paying for, pretty much all of it. It'll cost me a few bucks, but still cheap by our standards. And my girlfriend's insisting on paying part of it, which is awesome. And it makes me, just from a heart standpoint, not a money standpoint, but from a heart standpoint, that she feels that way. That to me is important. Again, if you don't care about that and you just want a strict pay for play, honestly, some of those guys are the smartest guys. They got no headaches. The girl gives them any trouble, out. Next one. And there's always a next one in Thailand. There's an infinite supply of really just staggeringly beautiful women. So I probably should have saved some of the photos of some of the women I flirted with and all that. It just, you wouldn't believe it. They make most American models and actresses look like an 8 at best. They're just incredibly, incredibly pretty. As is my girlfriend I have now. It's quite pretty. I kind of hard to believe I've got someone like that. It's really amazing. So there's some tips on your Thai girl going out on a date, some do's and don'ts. Really watch the public display of affection. That's just very embarrassing to them, and it's not funny unless they're a bar girl. And that's also, you can slip up and see how they react, and I would if I were you. And if they take it too good, I'd be watching. Again, she'll want some time alone with you, of course, but you should also offer to take her brother, take her kids, take her best friend or two with you guys from time to time and do things. When you go on tour, absolutely offer to take the Pa or Meh is mom and dad, Pa Meh. Take Pa Meh, offer, take sister, brother, whatever. But make sure people are respecting you. They can They're Thai, you're not. They're used to a Thai-only culture. They can inadvertently or whatever end up marginalizing you or just trying to marginalize you. And I've made it clear that doesn't fly. That doesn't fly. There was a little incident today with her boy did a bad job at school today, and I let him know I didn't like it. And the parents were worried that I was upset, and I like it that way. I like it that way. My girlfriend told me she's embarrassed because her boy did wrong, and I didn't make a big thing of it past that. I don't want to be a jerk, but I'll let everybody know I didn't like that. That wasn't respectful to any money I might have given to help pay for some of that, or taking them there and picking them up and helping out. You know, when I'm already retired. I don't have to do any of this. I'm retired already. Anything I do is out of the kindness of my heart, and if I do that, I expect appreciation back. And that's a point I almost forgot. The Thais can be very unappreciative of things. Something in the culture I don't know, but a lot of my friends have talked about that. Maybe they're just embarrassed to say thank you because we have so much and they don't. But you'll rarely get a thank you. I got a real big thank you from her mom when I bought her a phone that was a little bit expensive here. Not for me, it wasn't, but for them. And she gave me an actual Cobb Coon cop, which that's the only time she's ever done that. So don't expect too much back, but expect something and expect fair and reasonable treatment. If your gut or your instinct, your emotions are telling you this isn't right, hey, this isn't cool, it's wrong. Your gut will always tell you. And Sawadee Cop. And my neighbors here, I thought they were gone. Now I'm a little embarrassed. I hope I didn't bother them. They're too polite to say anything. Anyway, so we're done. All right. Good luck.